assuming I'm rooting for everybody that's black. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Unexpected podcast. My name is KP, the voice of perspective.
And I'm Reese Boogie, Mr. Handsome himself. Yeah.
What's
I got
up,
a new
y'all?
name this week.
Yeah, every week he gonna have a new name. But shout out to Alto. I actually did sign up so I could provide a little feedback for y'all. The service is top notch. You know, like they get out and open the door for you. They know your name. They greeting you by your name. They giving you water. They giving you chargers. It's Wi-Fi in every vehicle.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's
that's
a
great
lot.
information for them to know.
Yes, so if you want to experience Alto luxury car service, we have the $100 credit to sponsor our show, and it is Alto. That's ALTO HOU 100.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about using them my birthday weekend. So
You should. I think they either have Buicks or they have like black cars like Cadillacs and stuff like
I
that.
ain't got no SUVs.
All of them are
I roll
SUVs,
100
but
deep.
they're smaller SUVs.
Oh,
What SUV holds 100 people?
no, I'm just saying I'm gonna need multiple SUVs.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, everybody could use that
Yeah,
credit.
it's my
there you
birthday
go.
weekend. We're gonna be deep.
I think they might comfortably sit like 4 people,
Okay.
maybe 5 small people. But yeah, shout out to them.
Well,
How your week been?
I actually been doing good, man. I've been doing my clothing brand lately.
Mhm.
which I got
Black
on now,
Karma?
Black Karma. Let me see. I just started back with basketball. I got a basketball team I just started back with.
Okay.
So I'm be working out with that again.
Playing or coach?
I'm playing. I'm still a player.
That's why you tired?
Nah, I'm tired because outside was calling my name this past weekend. But I was doing a lot of marketing though and working this
okay.
weekend. It wasn't just pleasure. It was more business than pleasure because every time I went outside, I was selling things.
Oh, okay.
So look, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good 2 weeks. You know,
2
what about
weeks.
you?
Same. I'm tired though. Like I got a lot of stuff to plan and got a lot of responsibilities right now, but I got to organize and I'll be all right. So
Right.
I'm good. But so what was going on in these last 2 weeks? Ooh.
I know the one hottest topic that we know about is the Will Smith and Chris Rock episode. So
He smacked Chris Rock at the Grammys on one of the biggest entertainment
Platform,
stages,
yeah.
right?
what you think?
Oscars. See, I knew it was on the Oscars, one of the biggest entertainment platforms.
Man, so how you feel about that though? What you think about that?
Look, I joke when I say this, but people get slapped every day, B.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but let me be real. I don't condone violence,
Right.
but I can't say that anybody was wrong for what they did.
Right.
It was Chris Rock's role to do comedy, and Will felt like he had to protect or stand up for his wife.
When they're in the same, I guess, field of things that they do, you don't think that Chris Rock knew about her sickness? You know, because everything ain't funny, and that's why I tell everybody.
The crazy thing is they came out and said that he didn't even write the jokes. Like the writers of the Oscars wrote the jokes.
I think that's to protect him, though.
It might be.
Yeah, 'cause
Who knows?
he a legend. I don't think he just reading everything off the front without going over the jokes before he got on stage. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you would have to know how to pun.
Right, you gotta know your
what I
punchline.
mean?
You gotta know what to
Yeah.
say. You gotta know what's going on. So they probably wrote it, but I definitely know that he knew
probably knew about it.
what was going on.
But this isn't the first time that he had Jada at the butt of one of his jokes, though,
Right.
on a big platform like
Right.
this.
That's the
And
one
so
they
it's
skipped
like-
out on, right?
Huh?
Will and Jada skipped out on one
Yeah.
of them 1 year. Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, why is she being singled out in the jokes? But on top of that, you didn't do your research for
Right.
why she cut her hair, So I don't know.
I don't think he had to do research. I'm not even in that field, and I can know what's going on because you got social media.
Yeah.
Like I knew her sickness before she cut her hair. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't even watch Red Table, but it was on all the blogs.
Yeah.
You know that she was sick. She ain't like she a low profile person. It's a high profile person. And she been in the public eye for the past few years.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, especially when she has vocally express her battles and her emotional attachment to losing her hair.
Right.
You know, like that can hit kind of, you know, different or whatever. So I can't really necessarily say that Will was wrong. I wouldn't have done it, but he did what he felt like he had to do in the time to protect his family. But what other people don't really understand is I'm reading, like I'm in the middle of reading his book.
Mm-hmm.
And Will goes on and on and on about him feeling like a coward as a child because his father beat his mother.
Right.
And he failed to protect her.
His mother.
Even though he was a child. He was like 8 years old. But he took that and internalized that and said, I'm not going to be a coward anymore. So I feel like in that moment, he felt like he needed to prove that he wasn't a coward. Right. And he needed to protect the love of his life.
And I think they had them conversations at home. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, if you're in a relationship with your significant other, y'all at home and y'all know you've been the butt of jokes, and Will Smith probably tired of that shit. They probably said, man, next person say something, I'm going to slap shit out.
Right.
And I think that's what just happened. I think it was a balling point, you know, because him and Chris Rock, they are friends. They do know each other, but I think it's a balling point because you got to protect home. You got to protect your life.
Protect home.
And people was trying to put the Augustine stuff in there. They don't have nothing to do with that situation.
That has nothing to do with nothing.
It has nothing to do with the situation because they've been in entanglements since they've been together. You know what I'm saying? His women just weren't as famous as August, but they have always had stories of them having somebody else come into the household. So I don't think that ever bothered him because I think he knew on the backhand what was going on.
I think they have a really transparent relationship. Right. No secrets, no nothing. And so understanding how this might affect this person that you doing life with on top of having to deal with those childhood emotions of not being able to protect somebody.
And he at home.
He did what he felt like he had to do.
He watching her cry. He going to the hospital visits. He doing everything he got to do as a husband, as a father in that relationship. So some jokes just ain't funny. And somebody say if you do something in public, you deserve to get the same reaction in public. Yeah. Like don't tell the joke on my wife because I'm like Will. I'm slapping niggas.
Well, look, y'all heard it here first.
I've been like, well, people know me though. I've been, you know, I protect people around me. You know, especially when they feel uncomfortable. So. Will not right, he not wrong. You know, he did what he had to do, and let's move on from it, though.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
I am mad they stopped Bad Boys 4, though, right now. So.
And they're talking about taking away his Oscar. I think that was bigger than, like, I feel like their statement on we don't condone this behavior, but you have people who, like Harvey, what's his name? Weinstein. Whatever his name is, he got how many Oscars? Right. And they did a whole documentary on him.
And then they still ain't talk about taking nothing from him.
Right. Like, so you gotta be consistent. If that was the case, if that's the consequence for everybody, okay. But you can't just single out this person just because it happened live. Like, oh, we need to take this from you.
I wonder if Bill Cosby had Oscars or R. Kelly and they took them from him. I don't know them. I don't know what happened with them because I know they was black and they was in scandals as far as Weinstein, but I don't know if they took the same, you know,
I don't know
actions for them guys. So
so
what's your take on it though? Well, like, what do you think? Like, if you was in that situation and you was Jada, you about to be married, you know, so what do you expect your husband to do, or what would you think your husband would do?
To be honest,
you know, they've been married how long?
I don't know. What is it? 30 something?
Yeah, so that's a different type of bond than what you going into, but still, what do you think?
But even now, like, I feel like he covered me, you know, like he's a protector.
Hey man, quit looking at me crazy, bro.
He's a protector, like, you know, it's 97.
Oh yeah.
So that's what, 20 some years?
Yeah, it's almost
30, almost 30,
almost 30 years.
But he's a protector physically, mentally, emotionally. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like if anybody kind of threatened me...
You step up.
Yeah. But the problem is he would automatically, of course, be seen as the
aggressor. The aggressive big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Almost 7 foot. Right. So they might tase him or something. Cause
I just think that even throughout all
It's
my
sad,
history of like relationships, like I've always been a protector regardless of what's going on.
Mhm.
Like I don't really, even with homeboys though, like female friends that surround me that's outside, like I'm gonna still be protective of who's around me. You know, I went on a platform as the Oscars, but you know, it's a different situation. Maybe we should have thought about it, but I think it's just a breaking point.
Yeah, there is a breaking point, and you know that shows what, you know, the unresolved issues. You know what happens in your adult life when you have unresolved emotional
issues. And he from Philly, man.
And he from Philly. Philly came out.
Yeah, Philly came out. Y'all gotta understand. Will started from having a fight in the park and moving the bell out. Like, Will ain't never been no punk, man. He just had to. He got that fame behind him.
He had to kind of like go reserved and focus so he wouldn't get in trouble.
But Will been a protector because shit. I don't know if this true story what happened on the new Bel Air show when he was protecting his friend.
I feel like a lot of it is probably true.
Right, but he was protecting his friend. He wound up shooting.
Matter of fact, I know it's true because I'm reading his book.
That goes back to being a protector. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's been in him. You know, I think he just dimmed his light because of the spotlight they in.
Yeah.
But that Philly's still in him. So
and he was picked on because he was a weird kid.
You think? Yeah, that's what he said in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Did you start reading the book before or after the incident?
Before.
That's what's up.
It's very good though. Like y'all should pick that up.
Yeah,
but speaking of protecting,
what's the name of it though? What's the name of it?
Will.
Oh, just say Will?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Made to get it off Amazon.
Yeah, it's really good. I actually pre-ordered it and got it the day it came out.
Free 99 when she done with it. I
got you for real. Because I'm going to pass it along to everybody because it talks about how he's like trying to resolve his childhood traumas.
I wonder how much his sales went up. Cause you know Chris Rock shows went up after the situation. I wonder how much anything Will Smith got going went up.
I think if people understood, like whoever read his book, they'll probably put 2 and 2 together about what just happened.
Right.
And the more people talk about it, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm interested to know," you know. So they'll probably go up. To be honest, you know.
What you think about the after party? You think he should have went to the after party and had as much fun as he had? Or
I didn't know he went to the after party. Look, I don't follow Shade Room. But what happened? He went to the after party and
turned up. Will Smith was like, ain't nothing happened.
Ain't nothing happened.
So I would have did the same thing because at the end of the day,
you won your first Oscar.
I got the Oscar and I slapped somebody. So I'm definitely turned up. And I ain't get arrested. Let's go. Yeah, I'm definitely on 10. So yeah, I would have been Will. So
I'm gonna be honest, I probably would have did the same thing. Cause I mean, even though you probably didn't realize in the moment that it was not the best. Yeah, but hey, like let's
turn to the other side, right?
Yeah.
Let's go to Chris Rock.
Okay.
Perspective. How do you feel about Chris Rock and the situation with him though? Because that ain't just like he an amateur comedian. This is a Hall of Famer. This is a dude that has done everything that you can think of. So what do you think about Chris Rock in that moment? Like what would you have done if you was Chris Rock?
I think he probably did the best thing he could do. He was stunned because he wasn't expecting it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't know what to do. But I don't know why, but I've never really thought Chris Rock was funny. Like he's just kind of.
Damn, because he ain't funny, he can get slapped.
No, I'm not saying that's the reason he should get slapped, but I feel like the butt of his jokes weren't even like, I feel like if it was a little more funny, people probably would have been like.
But they showed another angle. I don't know if you seen the other angle, like Will Smith was laughing at his jokes.
Well, Will Smith, but you know how you in the moment and
so it's like a
you watching
but it really
something,
ain't
right? Because the crowd laughs. Yeah. You know, that's how, like, watching his body language, that's how I felt like it was. Hey, y'all distracting it.
I'm good.
I can't think. But I feel like watching his body language, it was kind of like, ha ha ha, like just because you knew that was a joke, but so you didn't, and you knew you was on the front row, so the camera probably was gonna be looking at you,
and they probably was pointing at her because he called her name, so they probably, cameras was probably all on him.
So I feel like he did a ha ha, but then when it settled in, he was like, "Wait a minute, nigga."
I don't think it ever settled. I think he just looked to the left and seen her, and she was
I didn't even see him look to the left.
He looked to the left. She was uncomfortable.
You
know what I'm saying? Because she never really gave a laugh. She gave like a smirk. but she was like,
yeah, she was like, and then she was just like,
but I'm gonna tell you
whatever.
when she did
rolled
laugh.
her eyes.
When she laughed is when Will smacked
Slapped
him.
him.
And then he was
I did
coming
see
back to his
that.
seat, and then Chris Rock was like,
Wow.
you know, I
Yeah.
got smacked by Will Smith. And then she was like, ha ha, like, yeah, like this been coming. Like, we talked about this on the couch. So I think that was part of it, though.
Yeah. I mean, okay, now Jada is getting a lot of criticism for this whole situation, right? And of course,
Is she? I haven't heard too much.
Yes. I think that a lot of people are, you know, calling Jada the reason why he's losing his
She toxic.
Oscar.
I seen him say she was toxic.
And so I really feel like there's what's the word? A trend of just regardless of what the men does or the best decisions they are making or whatever the case may be, the woman is always at fault.
Always fall back on her.
Always fall. Like, this man, yes, she didn't like it, but she rolled her eyes. Did she whisper in him, go slap that nigga? Like, you know what I mean? He made a decision to go do that on his own. Yes, it's to protect her, but at the same time, now all of a sudden she's getting a lot of...
She's at fault.
Right. But that goes into the whole Channing statement from the Pivot podcast, right?
Right. But before you go to the Channing statement, I do want to say this. I think she get a lot of flack because Will Smith is so likable.
Mm-hmm.
He have always been loved in the black community. He kind of like a Bill Cosby.
Because he's relatable.
Right. And he can do no wrong. And I think her starting that Red Table Talk, and she been airing all their business out, talking about he ain't good in the bedroom. She done had entanglements.
That's not what she said, though.
But I'm just saying, this is why I think she get a lot of flack as being a toxic one, because most folks say if you marry, you're supposed to keep whatever going on in your household to yourself, you know, between y'all. But she's been airing a lot of stuff out on her Red Table Talk. And they've been making him look crazy because he never came out and ever defended himself.
I think the only way how he looks, like if he's depicted as crazy, is because that person who is interpreting what she's saying has some issues, some internal issues, because they like, oh, well, that's wrong. Like they've said over the last almost 30 years, they have no secrets. They're transparent. They're open with the world about their relationship. I'm just saying, when she started, because she never got flack before the podcast, the Red Table Talk on YouTube that she started, she never got flack behind that. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's more when she talk about the situation with her and Will. Mm-hmm. People just don't like it because Will never really come out. Because people don't understand it.
He never coming out defending himself either. He just let a lot of stuff go.
Because there's nothing to defend. That's what he keeps saying. Like, there's nothing to defend. It's nothing that she says that's going to come as a surprise to me, because I know who my wife is. I know what we've talked about. I know the experiences we've had. And they probably talk about
it before she get on the show.
So who are we to judge her for saying stuff, knowing that
but I am somebody.
They good? You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. But they're good. Who are we to say like she was wrong for saying stuff if they're good?
Right, because people don't care about that part of it, though. It's all the drama.
And because they don't understand it. They've never been a transparent relationship.
Say drama always gonna be more important than,
right.
You know.
And I think it's mostly the interpretation of people from her Red Table Talks, because she never said he wasn't good in bed. She said that they went through a period where they had to figure each other out, like every relationship goes through. And they took it and ran with it.
Right.
Like, he had to understand what she liked. But they took it as, oh, he wasn't good.
He wasn't good.
And they ran with it. Right. You know what I mean?
That's why she cheated on him, because he wasn't good. Because she said that after
she didn't cheat.
I'm just saying, this is what people think. Right. Just reading the blogs.
But that's very that's a small mentality on a scale on what they are on as far as transparency.
People don't care about the truth either, though. You know that.
They don't, but I think a lot of people are disconnected from the truth. You know, like, not that they don't care, but they're disconnected from reality. They're disconnected from, like, literally the compassion it takes to really love somebody unconditionally. Like, I feel like that's all. Man,
first off, I'm gonna say there's a lot of folks that be doing all that, come in and talking. They miserable.
They bored.
They not in a relationship. They ain't got nothing else going. They got 3 baby daddies. You know,
anything that's foreign. Right. They gonna comment and think
they
it's
just
wrong.
Want to be relevant when they talking about it, but they household not happy. So
look,
Yeah, I can get into it because I ain't got nobody in the household. Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to the statement Shannon made on the Pivot podcast about Ciara and Russell Wilson, right?
Being a square.
First of all, those people don't bother nobody. Why people keep on bringing them up? They not bothering nobody. They are happy by themselves with their kids.
Right.
They are minding their loving business. And people literally keep picking on them. Why?
Well, I get it because I get
they miserable.
Nah, because the dudes on the show, they married. They got, they situations going.
That don't mean they happy.
But that's true. But I think it's just coming from the hood. Like, we hood cats, and we know everybody want to see people like Future and all them type of dudes, win. I think Russell, it's like when I was in college. I was seeing all the pretty girls, the nice looking girls. They was walking around campus with squares. We were like, man, he lame. Like, how he get the...
Okay, so what is a square?
I don't know, man. You could just sit in they swag, they personality, they vibe. Like, they just squares. Like,
what makes them a square?
I think they just, to hood cats, people that's just not into... this world that we into.
Okay, what's the world y'all into?
The streets, just the way we look at women, the way we party, the way we vibe, the way we communicate with each other. I think Russell Wilson just got this perfect image. And to most men, that's a square.
Is that not hating though?
No, I don't think it's hating. I don't think they hated on their relationship. I think he was just like, if
I honestly feel like
if he didn't have money, that's what she said. He said if Russell didn't have money, then she wouldn't even be talking to him. Do you agree?
No. Because
shit.
I'm gonna go back because I feel like this is a deeper issue, for one. Because calling people squares, for one, what makes you feel like you have to call somebody a square? You know what I mean? Like, what makes you feel like you gotta call somebody out and say, he is square? That's jealousy.
Well, I don't use square, but I have definitely said, man, he a lame. But I don't think I was jealous of the cat because I called him a lame. I don't think I care too much about him.
Based on what you said earlier, not saying that you were jealous of him, but jealous that he had the pretty girl. You know what I mean? Like, in college or whatever. Right. But I feel like that's deeper because these guys that are so worried about looking cool, like, I feel like they need therapy the most.
I think it's the culture, though. It's more the culture. And then let's not forget this, because at the peak of his career, when he was going to the Super Bowl, when he was that guy, he was the poster boy of the NFL. That's when Ciara jumped on his team. If he wasn't that guy...
But he pursued her.
It don't matter. But he the face of the NFL around that time. He was the one that everybody was rooting for, and Russell, black quarterback, going to the Super Bowl, he this, he that. If he wasn't that guy, because there's more people than shot at her.
Okay.
So why did she pursue him, though?
Because he was a good guy. Like, I feel like y'all are missing the biggest point of all. Like, he literally said, oh, Ciara went from Future to Russell. Like, he was a bad dude. Like, what?
He's lame.
How is he lame? Okay, so this is the thing. There's a misconception.
So I ain't gonna call him lame.
Right, but the misconception, and they don't know him either, right?
They know him. They in the NFL. They in the same community. They in the same community.
You know him on what level, though? On your, that's like your coworker.
Right.
Do you really show you might. I don't get personal at work. So you don't know me for real. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's a misconception of what a square is. Like a woman, a dude or a simp. A dude that treats a woman right is a simp.
So do you think it's such...
I don't get that.
Do you think it's such thing as a square? Or a lame?
No, I feel like there are different people in the world.
You think that stuff should be X'd out?
Hell yeah. Because who are you to determine what's a simp and a square? On top of that, for two, like, everybody is going to be different.
I think it's just
different
our culture,
don't necessarily mean a negative thing.
I don't think
they
it's
just
personal.
might not be for you.
I never think it's personal. I think people just, people culturally feel like this dude ain't grow up around me. He ain't grow up in this environment.
Okay, well, let him be.
So
Why you gotta call him out?
You know what I'm saying? So
why do you have to call him out though? Why do you have to make it known that he's a square? That makes no sense.
I can't say they called him out because he winning. Because at the end of the day, they all have beautiful wives. They all had the NFL lifestyle. They got everything going. So I don't think nobody's jealous. I think they just spoke on the topic of Ciara.
She went from Future to Russell. Mind you, let's talk about Future, right? He talks about Future like he's the prize in this situation. She went from Future to Russell.
Yeah, he did.
Future got 8 babies by 8 baby mamas.
He hell of a nigga. He hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. He
toxic as hell. Toxic.
Yeah.
He cheats on people. Like, come on.
I get what they saying though, because without the money and the fame, like I'm really Future outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I deal.
So you cheat on people?
No, it ain't about
you got 8 kids by 8 baby mamas?
He wasn't cheating. He been single. All he doing is sleep with women having babies. That's it.
They was engaged.
Oh, you talking about Future? Oh, you going back to Future and Ciara?
That's what we talking about.
I think you talking about just him and baby mamas. You know what I'm saying?
No. He was in relationships with some of them.
Right.
But he was engaged to Ciara.
Right.
He's unfaithful.
He a rock star though, man. Them niggas different, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I just don't understand why this nigga is cool and Russell is a square.
Russell, listen, I think Russell is a great guy from what I see online. Like I said, I'm not in that world that they in. As far as if I had to pick between Future and Russell and I was about to get married or pursue a woman.
Who would you want your daughter to date?
Russell.
Exactly. Exactly. So why would you call him a square?
Name? Michael, what's Steve Harvey's daughter? Who she talk to? Michael Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan, yeah. I want Russell of that nigga.
Exactly. But they're looked at as simps by y'all.
Right. I don't say y'all.
Because
y'all good with me, brothers.
Y'all. Because you the male in the room.
Nah.
But they're looked at as squares and simps because they treat a woman right.
I think they just got hot women. I think that's
so a good man's supposed to have not a hot woman.
Russell
like,
wouldn't be talked when Russell was with that. I think he was with a white woman before he got with Ciara. When Russell was with her, Russell wasn't being talked about. Nobody cared what Russell had going.
He probably wasn't worried about that.
Future was out here knocking up skeezers and people that didn't look good.
Why they gotta be skeezers?
I'm just saying.
Wait, no, we gotta adjust this language. And I'm not saying I don't know them women, right, but pay attention to your language when you explaining stuff. Again, in this situation, you just referred to the women that Future had babies with as skeezers.
No, I said if he was talking to skeezers.
He was out here talking to skeezers.
I don't know none of Future baby mamas. I don't know what they do in their life. I said if he was talking to women that wasn't relevant, nobody was kept. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they skeezers. I don't know if they
But
skeezers.
even your vocabulary when referring to women. Referring to women is always a negative connotation towards women in the situation when the man is clearly the problem.
How the man a problem?
Future. He's the problem.
Let me go back to Future. I'm going to defend Future right now.
Okay, go ahead. Defend him.
In this sense, because I can't defend his actions. But Future is a public person. Mm-hmm. Everybody know how many kids, baby mamas Future got. And these high profile...
No, they just found 2.
These high profile women continue to be with Future. So is it Future problem?
No. So at the end of the day, when he was with Ciara, he only had 2 or 3 kids.
Oh,
2 or 3 kids.
He still had more than one baby mama.
That's true.
And she still pursued him.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
So do she take any flack in that? Or you feel like...
She made a bad decision.
Okay.
But at the same time, or she might have made a good decision. I don't know what her intentions were with Future. Because they might have had a mutual agreement. I'm going
to tell you what it was.
Hold on. They might have had a mutual agreement just like Nick Cannon had with his baby mamas.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Hey, I want to put a baby in you and I'm going to take care of you and the baby. Like that could be... Look,
I don't care.
We don't know their relationship.
Ciara, she's a beautiful woman. She got a lot going on. But I'm going to tell you what I just noticed with Ciara pattern. When Bow Wow was the hottest cat and he was doing 106 in Park and all that type of stuff, guess who Ciara was talking to? Talking to Bow Wow. When, what's the other dude she talked to before?
50 Cent.
Everybody that she talked to, we can go down a list of them when they was hot.
No.
Ciara was talking to them.
No. You
Just
cannot put all of that blame on Ciara.
You put everything on the dudes.
Approached her.
How do you know this?
Because Bow Wow went on record saying it. She prayed for Russell. No. And if you understand the word, a husband finds his wife. So that's what she prayed for.
Let me ask you something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you keep on saying these men approached her. As a woman, how many times are you approached?
A lot.
A lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's only accepting the dudes that's hot in the moment, though.
Hot in the moment?
Right.
Bow Wow was not that hot when they were dating.
Was hot. Bow Wow was Mr. 106 in Park.
Yes,
when they
but
talked.
that was no. Like they talked because they made that song together, and they spent a lot of time together.
I don't want to talk about Bow Wow, but he was hot. It's Future. He was the most upcoming rapper at the time when they got together.
I would say that
Russell Wilson was the
that.
hottest quarterback in the league when they got together. Ciara ain't innocent. Ciara know what she doing. She done had a baby by 2 of them. Man, listen,
again, we're degrading the woman that made a positive decision for herself to date a good man.
No, their relationship turned out beautiful. But that don't mean you know her thought process when she's going through
I don't know her thought process, and neither do you.
I know that
all she wants
says the hottest nigga at the time that shoot at
really?
me.
That's what you gonna degrade it to?
That's a fact, Jack.
No. You're degrading it to her basically being a clout chaser.
Why she's not, though? Why you feel like she's not?
Are you serious?
Listen to her track record. Did you tell me why she's not?
She was also hot, too.
When the last time Ciara had a hit song?
I'm not talking about that right now.
Well, let's go.
But in the moment when she was dating Bow Wow.
No, she was not.
What?
No, she was not.
Yeah. They made a hit song together. What are you talking about? When she was dating Future, she had a hit song. Because she put him in his video. In her video. But Body Party. What's up?
Body
yes.
Party.
She had the number one, like, come on now, don't do Ciara like that. She had something to bring to the table.
Ciara, every dude, listen, you talking about, I'm gonna leave this alone because we're
not gonna leave it alone because I got a couple of more points to make.
You talking about she made a hit song with Bow Wow.
She had hits when she was with Bow Wow, 50
right at the time,
and Future.
She's always chasing the clout at the time.
Oh my gosh.
She got with everybody that she made a hit song with. Was she with them? Were they dating?
Who, Bow Wow?
No, Ciara. Were they dating when she made a hit song with him?
I don't know.
She made a hit song with Bow Wow, they dating. She made a hit song with 50 Cent, they dating. Everything that she
But she also had other hit songs during that time.
Ciara had like 3 hot songs. You acting like Ciara had a 10-year
That's your perspective.
How many CDs did Ciara put out?
I don't know.
Right.
But you're not going to just sit there and listen to Ciara. You're a man.
No, Ciara was fine.
But you're not going to sit there and listen to Ciara. You're not going to go to your Apple Music and say, oh, let me see Ciara latest album. You're not going to do that. So you're not going to know like the songs that people are connecting with. But my point is that regardless of the decision a woman makes in these last 2 scenarios that we talked about, there's always mostly men who have something negative to say about it. These same men will sit there and criticize women for picking the wrong kind of guy. And then she gets with a good guy and it's like, oh, she went with a square. Like, make up y'all mind.
I'm not saying Russell's not a good guy. I think he's an excellent guy. I like the way he treat her son, Future them son. I like I see the stuff online. I like what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? He's always into his woman, around his woman. They do what he got to do. So he good with me. I'm just speaking on Ciara mindset because I think a lot of women try to forget that.
She is a wife.
Right. It's a lot of wives out here, though.
And I think she tried to be a wife to the other guys, and they just weren't a husband. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, yes, she probably wanted somebody that was going to bring to the table what she can bring to the table.
Financially. Because a lot of
everything. But they just weren't there. And so she had the right to move on and find a better guy. And in this situation, Russell is the better guy.
She found it. I'm not saying she didn't find it. I think she found it, but I'm just speaking on her track record as far as dating men.
Okay, so she probably also dated some bums. Let's be honest.
Never heard from them.
Of course, because they probably not on a celebrity stage.
I don't think she dated, but I think everybody she
You don't think she had no other boyfriends but Bow Wow, 50 Cent, and Future.
And Russell Wilson.
You think that's the only 4 people she dated in her whole life?
Before her fame. After her fame, I mean, yeah. After her fame, yeah. I do. After her fame, yes.
Reese.
Listen, I know you so team black woman.
I'm
team women always get the bad rap. Team this, but team reality is these women doing the same thing.
I'm team perspective. Reality is
these women doing the same thing a lot of men doing. Let's not forget.
What is that?
Chasing clout.
I don't think Ciara was chasing clout when she wanted a good man. How is that? And you acting like she's the only decision maker in that situation. No, in order for him to want to marry her, procreate with her, all of this stuff, he had to see something in her that he loved, that he wanted. So it's not like she just chasing clout and she getting whoever. Like, no, like they mutually love each other.
They do. I love that relationship. I'm not going against what happened in their relationship.
But you had to say she was a clout chaser. For what? If she was a clout chaser, she would have went for somebody bigger than Bow Wow at the time.
No, she wouldn't have. She was young. Bow Wow was around the age. They was both. Bow Wow was a hot guy. Bow Wow was Mr. 106 in Park. Bow Wow was #1 on 106 in Park every week.
No, he wasn't. Not at that time. He was not. He was #1 when he was younger. Ciara was well into her adulthood when they were dating. But anyway,
Ciara old. Ciara that old. That was just like, I forgot it wasn't that long ago. Like Ciara like 40 something. Ciara in her 30s.
Let's look it up.
Nah, we ain't gotta look it up.
I guarantee you, Bow Wow was not that hot when they was dating. But
what you want? Okay. What you mean by let's normalize normacy? What you speaking about?
So you sent me that post on Instagram, and it was saying let's normalize being normal, right? Like a person with a regular job, somebody that's happy and content with the simple life. All of that. And I think that's really important to talk about because there's this culture out there that makes people stress about feeling like they're not doing enough, like feeling like they always have to be doing something. Oh, I need to create generational wealth. Oh, I need to, get into real estate. Oh, I need to own a business. Oh, I need to do this. Right. Like everybody got to be an entrepreneur. Everybody got to be doing something amazing or just beautified or whatever the case may be. But in reality, like the working class makes the world go round. Right. You know what I mean? Like everybody is not meant to be an entrepreneur.
And it's tough out there trying to be an entrepreneur.
Right. Like, and some people are satisfied with and happy about a simpler life. And it's a lot of like it can be a really good thing because if they care about, if they have kids, if they have a big family or whatever the case may be, spending time with that family might be more important to them than going start 50 million businesses. Right, you know what I mean? Like that take a lot of time away from your loved ones.
Late nights up, all kind of crazy stuff.
Right. Unhealthiness because you out and you lack of sleep and you stressing about this and you taking risks that, losing a whole bunch of money. Some people, like that, those risks are very costly for their family.
They so caught up in just the fast money, right?
Fast money, what it looks like on social media.
A regular 9-to-5 worker, they they got a steady paycheck. They know what they're gonna get. They gonna this and that. Mm-hmm. But you go outside and you seeing the Chanel bags, the Dior, the Gucci, the whatever. People buying bottles, buying section, and a lot of women and men, they like to be around that atmosphere of it because they want to be seen. They want to be. I think those are people that don't want to normalize, real life.
I think that a lot of people need to realize that you have a larger chance and a better quality of life when you are not hustling. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's hustling, illegal hustling, all of that. The goal is to not have to hustle. Like, that is the goal. To be able to be present in your life, to take care of the people that you love, to have good experiences, good memories, good health. All of that stuff is the most important stuff. Right. If you ask all of the wealthy people, their number one regret is that they didn't spend enough time with the people they love.
Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie, just even like me, I've been working at my job 16 years, but just dating, it's still hard to date because a lot of women do expect you to be spending crazy money or buying expensive gifts or doing whatever crazy, and y'all just date. It ain't even just, what I'm saying, y'all talking, like they want you to bring in.
But you set your boundaries.
Right.
And if they not with it, then they not for you.
Right. But I'm just speaking on how it's a lot of women that have that mindset and it push a lot of men into different. It could do both, men or women. It'll push you into like trying to start something else, trying to find a second job, trying to find something else because you do want the certain quality of what's going on and their lifestyle.
I think a lot of people have this idea that entrepreneurship is getting out from under the thumb of people. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the people who don't know how to balance their emotions, be professional, like that type of thing. Those are typically the people who are like, oh, I can't work for nobody. Because 9 times out of 10, you probably had some disciplinary problems at your job. You was probably late all the time. You probably was cheating the clock or, whatever. And so it's like you the things that you knew were wrong, you did. And now you feel like, oh, I can't work for nobody because I need to be able to X, Y, and Z. The same ideas go along with this generation of like, I'm not about to be in a, like, I don't do religion. You know what I mean? Like,
that's crazy. I'll be hearing that too. Like, what?
Right. Like, I don't do religion. I'm spiritual, but I don't believe in religion. Right. You know what I mean? I feel like there's people are moving away from rules and structure and, like what is considered
I just think
right and wrong.
There's nothing wrong with having a business. There's nothing wrong with starting that, lifestyle. But I think what a lot of people got to understand is you got to have a good team around you. You got to have some support system. You got to have more than you just waking up one day saying I'm finna start a business because it's tough. It's difficult. It's long. But I know a lot of entrepreneurs and they doing great. A lot of people left their job, especially during the pandemic. A lot of people left their job and started their own business and they actually making more money than they was making while they working at their job. But I talked to them and they got a lot of headaches too.
Yes.
So I just know if you want to get into the business of entrepreneur, go for it. But just know that it ain't all
It's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5 either. You know what I mean? That's all fine and dandy. Like, you could be an entrepreneur, you can go for real estate, all of that stuff, but it's absolutely nothing wrong with working a 9-to-5.
Man, look,
because in that 9-to-5, you get job security, you get this corporation that's paying for your health care, your insurance, all these benefits. And a lot of people don't understand how deep.
And a retirement plan. A lot of people.
I was about to go through that.
Hustling and making this fast money, entrepreneurship, but they
have nothing for the future. So they're gonna have to work for the rest of their lives. Because if they want to sustain that money that's coming in, either them or somebody in their family is going to have to work for the rest of their lives. At some point in corporate America or your 9-to-5, you can retire and get your money, and you can also start your business then when you don't have to report to work. You also have these life insurances, like that's the best way to take care of Oh,
talk it. Yeah,
that's
talk
the
it.
best
KP,
way
I
to
see
take
you
care of
getting
your
into it,
family.
KP.
You know, you working all these hours, you hustling while your family is living.
Get into it, KP. Let them know.
No, but for real, like you hustling while your family is living and not getting quality time with them, only to leave them something when you leave. But in reality, you could be at this 9 to 5, come home, still have time for them, and still leave them something when you leave the earth. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's the biggest come up that these white folks will tell you.
And
like
I'm gonna
life insurance policies.
a little
Come
personal
on now.
with my family. Like my old man, he wound up having a wreck, involved in a wreck, and where they smashed his leg. So he had to, after he got healed and was able to walk again, he started his own like hot shot business, and he did it for years. But he was gone from the house for so long, you know, crazy hours, to where when he wound up getting sick and having a stroke, like in 2007, and he didn't have no money put up because all he did was work to pay bills. It was entrepreneur. He was working for himself.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, he couldn't really take care of himself.
You got to pay out of pocket for your health
He
insurance.
really
You got to.
and that's when I learned, and that happened. I was like 21 at the time, and that's when I was like, "Nah, I'm working. Like I gotta work for somebody to get something. I can still do my own thing on the side, but I don't never want to go out, you know, to where I can't take care of my family or myself if something ever happened to me." So.
And you can prepare that by working. You could prepare to that with a 9 to 5.
Well, you know.
But yeah, if you ever feel like it's, you know, like you feel like you not being productive enough, just understand that productivity looks different from person to person. Productivity can look like you're resting.
Right.
You know, you're spending time with loved ones. You're taking care of yourself. Like that's also productive. You know, so I just feel like a lot of people need to understand that you deserve rest too. Yeah. So
I don't get no rest. I don't get no sleep. I'm always
because you always outside. That's
why.
What
I'm saying? I'm working. I'm hustling. I'm partying. I'm all of the above. I'm supporting. I'm doing whatever I got to do. But when I do get that day's rest, it feels great. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And that was productive for him. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's been a great episode, man. I think we hit on some hot topics. You know, we got more to talk about, but yeah, we got more to talk about. But y'all see us again in a week or two. So get at us.
We out.
We out.